The Monteverde Cloud Forest Biological Reserve is home to a plethora of tropical plant and animal species. Founded in 1972, the striking mystique of the cloud forest now attracts visitors from all over the world. More than 70,000 ecotourists flock to Monteverde each year to experience its enchantment.
This was incredibly impressive. Again, we have nothing like this where I come from. So the natural beauty, the fauna, the flora, it's all pretty. I'm blown away by it all.
Beautiful, serene, quiet.
That's really amazing because it's very well preserved, and there are so many species living there. And first I came here, I didn't know what ecotourism was. But then I realized that the money they get from the tourists help to preserve this beautiful landscape. So I'm really amazed how beautiful it is.
Amazing, beautiful, powerful.
Well, definitely interesting, and definitely beautiful rainforest to be able to see all these vines and to see those epiphytes in the trees. I really like seeing those because we love plants too, so we love looking at strange and different plants and seeing some of the tropical plants down here that we actually grow at home, or we don't grow them, we actually use them as houseplants. So like cut-leaf philodendrons and cecropias and you name it. Yeah.
41 years ago, the reserve contained 328 hectares of pristine beauty. Today, the biological reserve stretches across 10,500 hectares, or nearly 26,000 acres of incredible biological riches. Professional tour guides lead park visitors along any of 9 trails to experience the abounding biodiversity found in each crevice of the cloud forest. The 13 kilometers of trails expose hikers to 4% of the world's known plant and animal species. Visitors have the opportunity to explore the habitat of a boundless number of species. More than 500 species of birds soar through the cloud forest's canopy, including the breathtaking quetzal. 60 species of amphibians, 101 species of reptiles, and thousands of insects also call this reserve home. Endothermic animals also roam the forest floor. 130 mammals have been identified within the reserve. The Costa Rican raccoon, the coati, scrounges for food beneath the brush and foliage sprawled across the forest floor. The Cloud Forest Reserve is also a large breeding ground for an immeasurable amount of plant species. 10% of the flora found along the ground, as well as in the lush forest canopy, are endemic to the Tiloran mountain range. Many of the reserve's guests have had the privilege of seeing these species firsthand in their natural habitat.
On a night hike, we saw a sloth in the trees, just eating. So I think that's amazing. In not even in the zoo, but in real life, we saw a sloth.
The waterfall, I think I saw pieces of a sloth through a telescope.
We saw a quetzal, and we saw sloths, and bromeliads, and orchids, and new birds.
For example, I really enjoyed seeing the two-toed sloth, and then on our own little tour by ourselves later, we saw a two-toed sloth with baby. So that was really nice.
However, some visitors see the increase in tourism as a detriment to the reserve's beauty.
I think we came a little bit too late to see what we wanted to see, but yeah, of course it's very beautiful, but compared to Santa Helena, the other reserve, it's much more touristy and it's not that natural.
Though guests may disagree about the enjoyment of their hike, many emphasize the importance of preserving the beauty of both the Monteverde Cloud Forest Biological Reserve and forests around the world.
I guess I can't make an economic argument, but I think it enriches our lives. I'm sure there is an economic argument to be made, but I don't think I have that. But it's just, nature is so much more creative and so much more amazing, and so than anything we've produced. I mean, we've produced amazing stuff, but this is beyond anything.
And I think we need to pay more attention to preserving spaces like this, and maybe less of an emphasis on urban urban sprawl so that McDonald's and other corporate entities can rake in more money.
Well, I think because, well, we are living with so many people on this earth, and we have quite a high standard of living, and our pollution is so big. I think, well, if we don't want to lose this beautiful country, the nature, all the animals, and not have an extinction of animals, I think we should do this. I think that's important if we love our planet.
Well, because the world is becoming so busy and so built up, and I mean, we just have to preserve nature because we know we're all connected, and we just have to keep these special places or the human race is going to die. I mean, it is. Like the ecologist that's in my town, I asked her once, what do you think is going to happen in the future? And she said, well, if we don't smarten up and protect our beautiful rainforests and lands and keep our air clean, because we know that trees keep our air clean, we're not going to be on the earth. Maybe our great-great-great-grandchildren, the whole earth system will just collapse. Like the whole ecology of the world will last.
Because the animals that occur here kind of live in the farm areas, places that they farmed and cleared and so on. So you wouldn't get quetzals down in the farm area. You have to come here to see a quetzal. And we saw sloths. You're not going to see sloths. You see monkeys. You're not going to see monkeys. Down in the agricultural areas. So I think it's for the organisms mostly that we need to preserve these areas.
Well, there's species in here. There's 200 species in one tree of these plants. There's more that they don't even know about. So it's important for our future just because of the possible medicinal value of those plants. And just, I mean, what a shame if it went away. I mean, it's amazing here.
Why? Because there's a lot of biodiversity that you can only find in places like this that you don't find anywhere else.
Many visitors left the reserve on cloud 9, excited to share their visit with friends and family back home.
Just that it'd be an amazing place to visit if they ever get the chance. That it's just so beautiful.
The greenery, there's just like so much green and quiet and natural beauty, and how there's nothing like this. We don't have anything like this at all.
So I take pictures of everything, and my students will gain a lot of knowledge as a result of my experiences here and other places in Costa Rica as well.
It's worth it. Come down here and check it out.